Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to From the Sidelines, episode 183. We have a special guest today, the Godfather, but we'll get into that in a moment. Um, it's Hatch and myself tonight. We're down Caden, which is fine. Again, that's why we have three hosts, at least two per show. But before we get into that, before I bring Hatch on, we're gonna say special thanks to our sponsors. Starting off with Welts. You can see Hatch has it on right now. Go to weltsclothing.com, man, and pick what you want. They got a wide range of things. They got mask straps. I got three of them back here. Oh my god, look at that blue. They have hats. Got a hat back here. Keep struggling. Got the shirt. Again, Hatch is wearing that. I have a whole stack we were going through. Oh man, we got some special stuff coming up. Special ideas. But go to the website, weltsclothing.com. Use code FTS. Get a little percentage off. Makes us look good and everything. Yep. Thanks to the boys over there, Scott Stewart, Corey, everyone else. Thank you. Next, we have Hormesis. Got some headbands. Hormesis, Alex, and the crew over there. Also, just what they're doing for the paintball community. Still cannot wait for the Iron Kids. Kind of hoping it was coming out around Cup, but hey, look. As much as I'd like to see it, take their time on it, please. Like, make it beautiful.
Cannot rush art.
Absolutely not. No. So I just the longer we wait, the more the anticipation builds, right? And which is good. Just hopefully it shouldn't disappoint. Dan's on it with his updates and everything. I love it. Thank you to Alex, Oliver, everyone over at Hormesis for what they do for the community. And then last but not least, Capital Edge Maple Park, Sacramento. That's where we're sharpening our swords. It's where we call home. There's a reason why Hatch drives 3.5 hours one way to go play at that field.
Not wrong about that.
Yeah, right. Anyone in the Northern California area, come out. We're all there. Big community out there. Got wide range of divisional teams.
Glowball.
Glowball. We just did Glowball this past weekend. We'll get into that later. What an experience, God. But again, thank you, Capital Edge, for fostering our community and sharpening our talent. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's it. Hatch.
Boom, dude. That first try. Oh my god, that was a great intro, dude. First try,
First take.
not even hard. Like, oh my god. Don't even worry about me. Let's worry about our guest. Welcome in the Godfather himself, the word, the man, the myth, the legend, where his word is gospel. He's got the dope shades on. We got Brian Verb Wolfe, brother. Thank you for coming on. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm finally thawing out here. A little ice storm in Texas, you're trying to, get it ready for Easter, I guess. But yeah, doing really good.
Dude,
Storm.
One thing I just want to say thank you for coming on. I know I messaged you like probably 2 days ago. I was like, yo, what are you doing Thursday? Right. And boom, we made it happen. So thank you so much for being here. I know you just finished up with a live stream. Tell us about that. What do you do on your live streams, and what have you been up to lately?
So usually, kind of cook the NXL on those things. Kind of go into what they should be doing better. So they can just go watch those, and then they can take notes, and free game for them. But so this one was about the seedings for Tampa for the Pro Division, and then we talked about Tampa a little bit too. Had some questions there because the Raymond James Stadium is right next to the airport, so that makes last year there was no drone for the webcast. So will there be a drone this year? Because it changes everything. Like it would be so sick for the stadium. So we'll see. Yeah. So we're doing that. Looked at, some food spots around the stadium and stuff, just to trying to get the lay of the land, and just hang out with whoever and shoot the shit. So.
I mean, bro, you know us. We love shooting the shit, right? And when you get a community like that, especially because, dude, you've built a following where your opinion is so respected. How does it feel knowing that you have so much weight behind your words?
I mean, I don't know. I usually play it pretty cool, but I want the best for everything within paintball. Like, I just want to move it forward in a good direction. Like, ultimately, that's my ultimate goal always is I just want as many people as possible to see paintball. Because then maybe they'll be like, well, let me rephrase that, tournament paintball. Because maybe they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, well, I want to go try that.
Yeah.
Or, that looks cool. I want, that's something I might be into. So hopefully it translates to getting people out to the field, and it has. I've had some feedback on that. Like, we'll never know the exact number, but man, I wish we could. That'd be so cool.
I
Like,
agree.
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I've had some feedback, people coming up and say, I saw your vid and, I came out here to Paintball Fit, and
Wow.
that's the best thing. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. Like, direct feedback. And it's funny because the platform I've got most of that from is from TikTok, which like shocked me. I was like, whoa, what?
Dude, the dancing app, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing just how much.
musically.
Yeah, and it's so crazy how TikTok is used now as businesses. Like, if you realistically want to have like a successful business now, like they say you have to have a social media presence, and what gets more clicks than TikTok? Like nothing, because it's just short form. If you make something funny or a possible banger for advertising, dude, you'll blow up. Right. And I think that's one of the reasons why TikTok is so good, is because sometimes you will get that video that blows up and it's like, oh man, like there's that hit of dopamine. Then you can get maybe like it makes you want to keep working towards that and improve. Okay. With that, were you gonna say something, Verb? My bad.
It feels like every time I'm like, forget this. Like, as it like kind of slows down, like something will hit again, and it's just like, come on back in. No, it's like, that dopamine hit is like so strong, and I'm like, gosh darn it, like it gets me real good. Like, it's been a little bit slow on TikTok recently, and then all of a sudden it's like bam, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, but you never know which one it's gonna be, because like I think everything I post is good. Like, I only post stuff that I want to watch personally, and then some hit and some don't. Like, when you think you figured out the social media game with paintball, it's like it just laughs at you and proves you know nothing. So it's a constant battle, but it's just a numbers game. Just keep throwing stuff at the algorithms.
Yeah, that's crazy that there's no. It's tough too. There's no real formula for you to follow, right? It is just random, and just hearing that from so many people, and not necessarily just for paintball. It's rough for paintball, but I feel like across all of TikTok, it's like that. Hearing different content creators talk about it, it's wild. Whereas like YouTube, at least back in the day, like with gaming and everything, when gaming was blowing up, it felt like it was the content creators knew exactly like, oh, if I get this length of video, or maybe I get a nuke and whatnot, and they knew it was gonna blow up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's hard to fathom.
Yeah, like so what is the difference between what was going on 5 years ago now, and what do you think it's going to be like in the future? What has been the really big hitters and the big missers that you haven't really suspected to be?
Okay, so I guess 5 years ago, I wasn't really using YouTube as much. Like, I guess I forget when they rolled out YouTube Shorts, but once they rolled out YouTube Shorts, I was kind of late to that party even. But I started, I already had made a short form thing. So I post every day. I post every day on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. And I should probably post them all on X or whatever as well, just because I've made it. So it's like, why wouldn't I post it to these things? And it takes like 30 seconds. Once I have a little app, I put the caption in and just copy paste it to everything to make it a little bit quicker. So I never knew YouTube would go as crazy as it did. Like, it just continues to go up, and I'm just like, what? Like, this is wild. So I've been hitting on YouTube again recently with the shorts. It was really slowing down, and then all of a sudden, like I said, it's just like boom, here it is again. And I had the thing I liked about YouTube is that things will go viral months later. So
Yes.
it feels like on Instagram, you post something, and if it doesn't go in the first 48 hours, it's done. That's it. But YouTube, I think my most viral video went, viral like many months later. But it's like, this thing is nuclear. We're talking like 175 million views. So here's I forget what the watch time is. The watch time is like 923,000 hours or something,
God damn.
which is 105 years.
That is insane to think about.
I think it's like 14 seconds, and it's just Ronnie D's on, and he does like a reload. He's talking to Tyler Harmon, but it's just like super crisp. I put stabilization on it, so it's like very stable. I don't know why it went that crazy. It keeps me up at night, because this was a post I didn't even want to post that day. I was like, this clip is just kind of and then that's when it taught me. It's like, hey, you never know. You never know what it's going to be, and it could take months before it goes crazy. And that clip just haunts me, because and it had a one-word caption. It just said connect. Because I couldn't even think of a caption that day, but they were just talking back and forth. So I was like, all right, connect, that's cool. And it connected.
Yeah. It's
But
so crazy.
yeah, so it's wild though how these quick little clips can add up to that amount of view time. Like 105 years of view time on one clip. Like, what?
That is so crazy to think about. And also what you were saying there about, you said like 100 and something million views, right? Like 100,000 million views, right?
175 million. Yep.
175 million. Okay, I want you to think about this. Imagine being around 175 million people, or 175 million people talking in front of that many people.
Nope.
Some people it would actually send to the hospital, because I mean, number one fear in America is public speaking, right? So it's like, in a way, you're public speaking in a way, but through the internet. And that's what's so beautiful about it, is you can still reach so many people. People don't have to be there and hear that speech, or be in the pits for that interaction. That's the best part about the internet.
That's half the population of America.
That's
Half the population of America saw
Yeah.
your video, Verb. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's where my head goes. That's where my numbers went. I was like, this is just wild. Like, I still can't believe it. So yeah, 5 years ago, that wasn't even really a thing on YouTube, was the shorts. And obviously for monetization, long form is king still. But like I said, I make the shorts, so I put them on there too. And I need to find out some strategy for some more long form videos to put out myself again. So I'm thinking on that. But so I think in the future though, I think we're going to go more to like wearables, like AI glasses, like that project it into the glass. And hopefully, this is my hope, because everything's on phones right now, everything's vertical, but our eyes work horizontal.
Yep.
So if we get it in the glasses, maybe we'll be able to see things in the proper aspect ratio. So then I can post things that are horizontal, which is the way paintball is supposed to be watched.
Absolutely. Like, just, do you know how many clips I've completely butchered because it has to be on a screen? Obviously, when you're watching it on YouTube, normally 99% of people on YouTube, if they're watching a long form content, they're watching their phone sideways, but obviously when you're trying to edit and put a clip together, now you got these ugly black bars, bro. You know what I'm saying, right? Like, so I like that you're saying that. I do hope that everything does go to horizontal. How do you think that's going to look, like, consuming it wise? Like, how do you, like, horizontal? Do you think people are going to start scrolling sideways,
I don't know. I have no idea, but I know, like, I've been doing research, because I know the Meta glasses are very popular right now.
Absolutely.
Right? But so the problem with those is they only film vertical. And so I want a pair that does horizontal, so I could make YouTube content with that, because it'd be easier for behind the scenes. Like, I run around with like little GoPros and stuff and show the camera off and stuff like that. But if it's just right here and just like super quick and easy, and I could, have it all horizontal, it'd just be so much easier. So I was researching like other brands that were coming out with some of that stuff, and some of them have like all kinds of crazy HUDs and like all the stuff, like all the kind of like AI technology within in the frames, and I was like, man, I think that's the next evolution. Because like for a while it was like the Google Glass. I don't know if you remember
Yep,
those.
I do.
But that, where did that go?
That
Like,
failed. That flopped.
yeah, yeah, that went away real quick. But I think like a glasses, like heads up display kind of thing, like a wearable HUD essentially.
What
Um,
But wasn't that the original thought about behind
The
the Empire
EVS.
EVS? Yeah, like
right. Yeah.
uh, see, and I mean maybe when they had the idea back then, we just didn't have the technology for it. Now we're leaning more towards that. Maybe, sheesh, I might have to go get my EVS out of storage. Oh my God.
Yep. Yep. We're there now. Pretty much like, gosh, that'd be so cool. Like, if you're romping around in a big game or something, and
Got
you're
your
like,
timer. You got your health bar at the top. Like,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, looking for your homies. You're like, oh, okay, I just need to go this way, and I can meet up with Hatch. I just got to go this direction. He's over here. I can go find him. Something like that. Like that'd be pretty cool, because those things. I don't know. I always at the big games, I tend to wander off and find myself in strange situations. So
Yep.
sometimes it's like, all right, well, where the heck are my homies? Because I want to just get back and you know.
Yeah. Dude, I'm a baby when it comes to big games. Like, I either get shot way too early, or I'm just like, where's all my team at? Then I would get fucking blasted. But for one question I want to ask you that you've been doing your research on, what are the glasses that you've been seeing? Like, what are the, like, obviously Meta glasses, the Oakley glasses, those are like the more mainstream ones. Tell us about the ones that are not mainstream that you've been looking at.
Okay, so there's some older ones on like
Older.
Amazon, and gosh dang it, what are they called? Ojai or something like that, like Ojai 4K or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Let's see.
Oh hell yeah.
But there's another company called Rokid, which was on like a Kickstarter, and they're coming out. They shipped recently. So I was really curious about those. The Rokids looked super fire and had some of the HUD stuff, but I just wanted the camera essentially. So then I got on Amazon and was finding camera glasses. What were these things called though? Darn it. Oho is
Oh.
what they were called. Yeah, Oho Sunshine 4K recording. Yeah.
And in your opinion, what makes those different from Meta and the Oakleys?
Well, just because they'll do the horizontal
Oh
filming,
really?
which is the main thing. Yeah. Yeah. So but the problem is I was watching the videos and the stabilization wasn't great. So that's one thing that the metas would do pretty well, is they keep the stabilization is pretty good. So when people are running, it's not like,
Ajar.
Interesting.
these are more a little kind of like that. So
How
there's
much are those gonna
trade-offs. So I
run?
need 225 it looks like.
That's not bad. I mean, that's like what, $175 cheaper than the new generation of Ray-Bans, right? How much are the new generations? I thought those were like $400.
Yeah, yeah, they're about
450.
God damn. I look up the Rokid. Bitches are $600.
Oh,
Yeah, those ones are high, but those ones do a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those ones had me interested the most. I need to hit them up and say, hey, let me try some of these out. We'll make some videos for you or something.
yeah.
Like,
Like, I feel like that we're just slowly evolving into Spartan helmets. Where we just have our heads-up display, we have our communication devices in there, and then boom, we got Cortana in our ears, boys. Like,
Ooh.
I feel like eventually that's just what it's gonna turn into. Where, I mean, shit, dude. Like,
see, I wouldn't mind that so much for paintball. Is just having comms, and so you could hear clearly, your homies, and
yeah, just let the sideline roar.
Yeah,
Like,
let them go ham.
Let the announcers go crazy. Matty Marshall. Here comes Colt LaCow going to the middle. Then somebody else. Oh my God, Scott Stewart running down the sidelines, bunkering out Mouse. Oh my God. Like something crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where the sport needs to go to. Because, I mean, you and I have talked a little bit, Verb, about it, where it's like the more we seem to get closer to video games, the more relatable it gets to the normal people when it comes to consuming it.
Yep.
So
Yep. That's the way. That is the way. Like all my captions, the past couple months have all been like Counter-Strike related, something like that. Sometimes I do some of the Call of Duty references, but usually Counter-Strike because I don't know, I feel like that's one of the biggest esports still currently.
For sure, and COD's dead now, so for sure makes
One of the
sense.
longer
Yeah,
running.
God, COD just keeps falling off. We
COD's
do have the
fucking
COD
ass.
major here this weekend, though.
Ooh, you going?
Watched that
I
earlier.
I should have. I was talking to Enrique, and he gave me a contact to put in for media because I think he's there this weekend. I'm sure Sam Bennett's probably out there ripping it. But we were supposed to go out of town this week. We were supposed to be in New Mexico. We are going to take the kids to learn to ski and just play in the snow and all that kind of stuff, and
That's
just
awesome.
get away a little bit. And then we got iced in, so plans got pushed. So I think we're going to try and do that next week. So I didn't put in for media for that. I don't know, maybe I'll go check it out like on Saturday because it's supposed to be so cold here on Saturday again. Just like every day is like 50, and then Saturday again it's just like freezing and 20s and stuff. And I was like, what is going on here? So yeah, I would like to be out there, at the COD major having some fun. But yeah, it's COD's definitely kind of falling off a little bit.
I can't even I watch a COD clip and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, but CS. I mean, I don't even play CS. Okay. I'm more of a Valorant guy. Not even gonna lie, people can hate, but CS, it is still hype, and I love watching it because it's just like it's that easy to understand.
Yeah.
Well, it's been the same too.
Yes.
Right?
Very
so
minute
long.
updates. I think a new update came out, like a curb was like an inch taller or some shit, and I'm like, whoa, change. But what do we need to do, Verb? As, I mean, I don't know if I'd label us content like FTS. You for sure, absolutely, you're a content creator. But us as a collective, how can we adapt that to get more to the video game style, to where it gets more attention?
I mean, I just think having the game as relatable to them as possible would be ideal. Like Fava came up with a format that was just essentially Counter-Strike, and it literally solves every problem that they have, that the league has, like trying to be on television and such, because they need a set time limit for how long it will last. And with that, you have X amount of rounds, however many you want to set. And then, time between, like you can set an exact time so you know exactly how long it'll take. And then it sets up, like having it Counter-Strike style would set up, you could have the camera set up behind the defense side. So you'd have a side with priority, which would be the defense side. So if that side doesn't score the point, or the attacking side doesn't score the point, the side with priority will get the point at the end of the round. And be like 2.5 minute rounds. So that forces action as well. And then, yeah, like I said, you could have all the cameras behind the defense side. So you have the attackers coming at you, and you could have the defense side be the blue side and the attack side be the red side.
I like
just some simple things like that. And then that is directly relatable to Counter-Strike with CT and T.
Yep.
And then people will say, well, the defense side has such an advantage, but that's how it usually plays out in Counter-Strike. Like when you steal a T round, you're like, oh yeah, it makes a big difference. So the defense, the priority side does have the advantage, but that's usually how it goes. So it would promote action because you have to go. I would like big time call outs like all the time, so people know, like 20 seconds, like just keep the time coming out so people know when to go and to launch and stuff like that. But what we need to do is we need to test it, because we never ran a test of that one. I told Johnny at Fit about it, but we never got a chance to try that format. Because Fava had asked, he had sent it to me a while back and was like, check this out, and he finally posted it the other day, and I was like, oh, this makes so much sense, like because it doesn't change the core game at all, and then it relates directly to one of the longest running and most popular esports. And if you think about it, like, I mean, paintball is definitely older, but Counter-Strike and paintball have kind of run side by side in their time that they've been around.
Yes.
So
Like I
Yes,
try
yeah.
to I try to relate like whenever I play video games and my friends suck, right? So I try to relate things. I'm like oh man, I know some of these just common sense laws of physics just because I'm a paintball player. When someone's shooting it, don't peek. You know what I'm saying? Just like little fundamentals like that, where it's like, hey, if his crosshair placement's here where my head would be, maybe I need to like low key do like a little crouch jiggle kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like same rules as paintball in a way, and I think you're absolutely right. And is there any way where can we find that Fava thing at that format?
He just had it in his story, but I think
dude,
I have it
definitely want to test that,
saved.
and we can
I have
definitely
some
test that.
screenshots, and I can send it to you to try it because I like I said, I think it's the way, and I think it makes a lot of sense. And then you can have a overtime round to see who wins the match, and it just I don't know. Like I said, it solves every single problem they have. But then my question was, how many rounds or matches of Counter-Strike do you think the management has ever watched for the NXL? Like Tom Cole, how many rounds of Counter-Strike do you think he's ever watched?
Oh
Yeah.
God, that's a great question,
And
Verbal.
that's his time. He could surprise
-1.
me. He could be like, I love it. It's like,
I bet he's probably seen it. Going to the conventions where he like, how he went to and got secured one of the ESPN deals. There's probably other people that are like marketing their video games just like that, to where he's probably walking around getting ideas like that. But dude, I think what you have with that is a gold mine. I think that I mean, maybe this is bold, but scrap Pro 3 man and try that.
I don't even think that's that bold.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I only said it was bold because people are gonna be upset about it. Oh my god, look at Hatch killing paintball. But I feel like that can truly be something that like changes the game. Like look at Hormesis duels like that. Like paintball is so unique because it branches out into a tree of so many different play styles. If you want to play 10-man in the woods, you can play 10-man in the woods. You want to play 5-man Xball, you can play 5-man Xball. You want to play 10-man Xball, boom, thing for you. You want to play attack and defend, CTCS NXL 2.0 CT ABC, boom, we got that now because we can test it. Man, dude, Brandon, we got to test that.
Definitely. I'm down to test something like that. I know we tested something with Impact. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
Oh
It was
yeah.
similar, but it wasn't. It was I felt like it was like a minute or minute and a half or something. Something maybe we had limited pods too or something like that.
I think we had unlimited paint, and it was I think it was a minute and a half. It was a minute and a half. And we had unlimited paint, and it's like, bro, they're machine gunning.
It was. Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Oh no, I remember it was jacked up though, because if you basically lost the first round, the game was basically way over, like in their favor.
Yes.
I don't know how the fuck that math ended up happening, but I'm just like, they would won the first one, like, oh yep, we won the match. Doesn't matter how many, like, it's like, but there's 2 more points still.
It was weird.
There's 2 more points still.
Weird.
How did you guys win the match? I'm like, oh well, judging by our calculations. I'm like, okay, nerd, like that's crazy,
Well, I know they had tried some out here. I know he and like Impact and some other teams were up there at Giant Party trying some out. And I know they had some like they're testing like rate of fires and all kinds of stuff in different pods. But I know they had some like attack and defend styles. But I don't think like some of the defenses could score points or something like that, which like it's like just totally kind of kills it, because this way, both sides can still score points. Which I feel is very important. And like I said, it's a tried and true format for 20 plus years as one of the most popular esports in the world. And like, I don't know if I watch I try to watch the Counter-Strike majors when they're on, and man, those are an event. Like that production is just out of control. Like it's really entertaining. And you don't have to know a lot to come in and watch it. It's like super easy. And I think that's something we could do too. I think one of my main points these days is that we need a dedicated play-by-play person.
Yes.
For pro matches, because like if you look at any major sport, there's a play-by-play guy and an analyst. Mm-hmm. So they're not trying to go back and forth. So you just need the play-by-play guy to build the hype Even if it's boring, just build the tension and just say like, the next move or whatever, the next person to get shot, like, it's a big deal. Like you have to make people feel in that moment. And that's a super important part of it is you have to, you can control their emotions and they don't have to understand a lot. It doesn't have to be super technical. You can kind of dumb it down. I had this idea the other day too. This was a kind of one I just had that popped in my head. I was like, we should just put like generic bunker names on the bunkers. Because I was thinking about Cup, how we had all of the
sponsors,
the different fields, which is really cool,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
like that was super cool. But I was like, what if we just put like D1, Snake 1, and then like I don't know where we'd go with the middle ones, but you could just look and see it, and then they could call red side or blue side, and then that specific bunker, and it would just make it super simple, and then everyone would understand. People wouldn't be saying their own call outs and stuff like that in the booth. They would just say exactly what they were, and then the person could look and they could say, okay, look, yep, there's a person there. Oh, yep, he just got shot out of that bunker. Just something like that's so easy. Like we could, I feel like that's like there's some free game for you right there. Like that
for sure. Oh, there goes Mouse. Run to the insert snake bunker on the snake side of the field. It's like I feel like that is just so counterintuitive when it comes to listening. I mean, that's an accurate description, but obviously I've been playing paintball for 10 years where I understand that completely.
Right.
So
and you may even know the layout in your mind, and if you're just listening, you know exactly. I could see that as some family or friends watching and retaining people, understanding the layout, and uh, um, would I was just thinking like would production be able to put that up almost like a green screen? Not necessarily making the bunker green, but
like a what's it called, Telecaster. You're talking about projecting it via Telecaster to where it would say D1 on the bunker, right? Where how like the NFL has the first down lines through the Telecaster.
Right. So they do pop it up sometimes. Like they'll go to the drone shot, and then they'll have all the bunker names on there, but it's not always there. Oh. And then if you go to like a different angle too quickly, like I don't know how they would switch it that quick. So that's why I was like, well, we should just print them literally on the bunker.
Right again, that may that alleviates some work from for someone in the production. So
yeah, and I think right there is the key, is eliminating work for as much as possible, because I feel like there's such an inconsistency with stats. Like I was watching a video from PB Access over 10 years ago, and dude, they had like, oh, this guy's survivability is 0.769. This guy he averages 1 kill off the break, and they had tons of stats. And I think the inconsistency is that it's hard, and I think they could, this is just my theory, they could possibly be having very few people doing that very big of a job. And I think that if maybe they probably got more people in there, I mean, obviously money is a huge thing, right? People got to eat, people got to be paid. I understand that completely. But I feel like that could possibly be the way, right? Is to keep up with that consistency, is you're not overworking those people to where they're like, oh man, like I'm overworked. Now, boom, we have an event without it. We have an event without kill count leaders, without any stat.
Right. And I know sometimes there's like no replay, but I had no idea about anything about replay. And then the other day I just kind of went down that rabbit hole, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is wild. Because like the gear and stuff like that, like you could have like just a program, but the program costs like $2,000, and then you need a strong PC, like a $5,000 PC to even run the replay, and that's like the low end, right? So that's like $7,000 right there. But then if you want to get into real replay systems, we're getting up upwards of $50,000 like for real broadcast ones. It snowballs real fast. It gets out of control super fast, because people talk about, well, if we didn't have split deck, then we could do replays. And I was like, well, yes, we can do replays, but that is also
a whole nother discussion.
yeah, not a cheap thing. But I mean, it's so common in everything else we watch. We just figure, oh well, we need to have it, and we do need to have it. We definitely need to have it. So one thing we've been doing actually at Fit is we've been kind of upping our webcasts. So at the events we do the XTPL events, which is Fit series, and they do the champs and challengers on Saturday, and then on Sunday we play the new mode that they came up with, which is Hardpoint,
I was gonna ask about
which
that.
is like Call of Duty Hardpoint, which is essentially kind of king of the hill. There's a buzzer on each side, and then if your team hits the buzzer, you have control, and then the time ticks up. And then if you hit the buzzer, if you're dirty, you lose like a minute. So it's like it's real
Damn.
bad to hit the buzzer with a hit. Like
It makes sense. You got to punish that.
Right. Yeah. The penalties really matter. Like if you get a minor, it's like 30 seconds. And that's like, man, we've seen some teams just racking up the penalty time. Just like it's wild. But what they've done is they got these little transmitters and they just put them on all our cameras. So like I'm still recording, but I'm also transmitting back to the tower so they can take my live feed and use that in the live stream. And then Johnny flies out like a bunch of other videographers, like Enrique was there, Blue was there, 40
Wow.
Media was there, Iron Gate Media was there, and we all had these little transmitters transmitting back to the booth. So it had like the real kind of more action packed, like shooting lanes and stuff like that, as opposed to kind of like a high. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's where you watch paintball mostly. Real quick, is just that eye level. Sorry, Ben, I didn't mean to cut you off, but eye level is usually where you watch it, or maybe a little bit elevated.
Yeah.
And like Go Sports, they have at least one guy I see, right, that on the ground. I don't think I don't think they cut to him during the point, I believe, right? Just more so following in the pits or right after a point. But what's stopping MLPB from I guess hiring guy or even um, getting some of the current media guys we have now and doing this?
Yeah, I was wondering because they always have Art and Kakuza out there, and Art's always running around with the red, but I don't think he ever has like a transmitter on there. But I'm not sure if that's because of their setup, because they can't transmit a wireless signal into the shipping container that they broadcast out of, is my thought. But you could have it outside and have wires go in. Obviously, that So I was just curious because I was like, man, he should have. Because they get some cool shots. Like when you go back and look at all their edited stuff where they take those shots and put them in, like, man, they get good shots, like just absolutely killer shots. But that's the stuff you need. My theory for broadcasting it properly, is you need long end zones, long behind the end tapes. Yeah, you need super long and then long lenses, and then you need a camera for each player, shooting where they're shooting. So it'd be 10 cameramen on the back line, and then drone view, and then maybe a couple elevated views as well. So it's a lot of cameras. Yeah. But that would be the way, because then you got to show what they're shooting at, and like you could do it with like glasses and stuff too, but it's just not the same as seeing as super high res from a camera. Shooting the paint at each other.
Yeah, getting two guys in a gunfight, the rhythm of it and everything. That's a lot of people and cameras. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And I feel like one of the big parts is you kind of have to be, at least to do some of those jobs, you have to be relatively selfless, because I could be talking out of my ass, but just what I've heard is sometimes some of the people shoot on the pro field where it's like the Major League Paintball won't let them use that footage outside of with them, right? They wouldn't be able to use any of that footage personally. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard. So I'm just so curious about that. Like, is that a thing, Verb?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, everything I shoot, that's mine. So, but that's all I know. Yeah.
Okay. Hell yeah. Well, dude, tell us a little bit more about Hardpoint because I've been seeing that and it looks like a ton of fun. Where did you guys get the idea for that? Obviously Call of Duty, but like what are
Right,
some little
right.
changes that obviously are different from Call of Duty compared to paintball?
So yeah, Johnny from Fit was just trying to think of different. He wanted a respawn game mode real bad, just to just do something different, running clock kind of thing. Because he said, well, that sets up a certain slot of time as well for a broadcast or something like that. So yeah, he came up with Hardpoint, and it's teams of like, I'm not sure. I think it's like there's like 15 people on the team or something like that. And then so you do a normal breakout at the start, and then if you get shot, you just run over to the there's like I think it's like a wedge or something
Yeah.
at the entrance to the field. You run over and you tap that, and then the ref will signal, and then someone will run out of the shark tank because we have shark tanks behind the boxes at Paintball Fit.
Mm-hmm.
So someone will run out the other side. So the wedge is on the snake side, and then so someone will run out on the Dorito side. And then there's a buzzer for each team. So when you hit the buzzer, you're in control, and we have lights behind each box. And then Johnny will call out as well to let people know who's in control. And then I forget how many timeouts they get, but the timeouts are really important because when you call timeout, everyone gets out of their bunkers, the controls reset, and you do a breakout again, which is really important because sometimes people get up the spawn camps like actually set up, like they get in the 50s. Like if you can get out wide and get up to those 50s, you can just murder people running out. So yeah, it's important if you're just getting dominated to use the timeout, and the teams are still figuring that out. They haven't kind of got the strategy there yet, but they let it usually go too long, and then Johnny will say something on the mic like, I mean, it'd be a good time to use a timeout to try to just help them out.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like so much different strategy in this Hardpoint game mode, which is super fun, but it's like nonstop action. It's like a lot of cardio.
Seems like it for sure.
Yeah, and then some people run out there with no gun, stuff like that. Just go for the buzzer. You can tell some people love playing the objective, and some people just love spawn camping.
Oh, I'm a spawn camper for sure.
But so the last one we had 3 teams, and ultimately the winning team, it was total amount of time for the win. So they added up, because they played round robin, so they each played each other. So then they took the team with the most time, and that was the winner. So yeah, it's just kind of something different, something fun. It's all like random teams. Like you sign up, you can sign up by yourself and get in there, and you can get to meet a whole bunch of new people, and yeah, it's a really good thing. Just another way to play the game. So
I love that whole community aspect of it because like a paintball field realistically is nothing without its community. That's the reason why the fields are even run. That's probably one of the reasons why owners even do it anymore. So you're at the biggest paintball field in the entire world, basically, PBFIT. What can other fields possibly take away from what you guys have made? Like, and obviously none of them are going to be as nice with that kind of nice turf and everything like that, but what are some little things that a field can improve on?
Well, so for them, they do a lot right. JD, the dad, he just wants to get people out and playing paintball. So what they do is the first hook normally is Nightball, because you can come out, you can pay $50, play Nightball. You don't need a team. You'll get all the gear you need if you want. You don't have to rent gear. They just give you they give you the setup, they give you the mask. I think it's usually like an EMEC or something like that. But I mean, EMECs are so much better than going out there with a Tipman or something, right? So I mean, yeah, you can do. I don't know. EMEC is one of my favorite guns personally. I 100%. Love my EMEC so much. So I think that's a big thing is, being able to get out there and play without, having to get nickeled and dimed and be like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Cause yeah, $50 and there's caddies of paint out there, and they play just hopper ball. So as many times as you can get on the box and play, like you can just, you just get out there and rip it. Like you can really get your $50 worth if you're motivated to shoot a lot of paint. You can shoot a lot of paint. So
And that, like, yeah, the barrier of entry that he set is just so low. And God, I'm just trying to think, like, eh, does he have numbers on how many new players they've brought in because of that and have retained?
oh man, I don't think so. I wish we did because
We
that'd be
know
good
it's high.
stuff.
We know
Yeah,
it's high for sure.
yeah, yeah. Because I can think of some too, like specific, like some of the a lot of the Hydra kids had come in playing Nightball. Like James Martin came in, and I wasn't there that night, but they were talking about how it was crazy. There was just some dudes that just were, is a group of guys who are new as well, and they're just shooting the heck out of each other and not getting out at all. So
Oh,
that was his
hell
like
yeah.
first exposure to it, and he was like, "Whoa, this stuff's wild." But he's stuck with it, and he's gotten pretty good now. And so yeah, we've gotten quite a few in through the Nightball. And then they say, all right, well, you like Nightball, and we got these other events. You don't need a team or anything like that, and you can come play them. And then that's when you meet some people. Um, so I think that's important is having things until you can find your tribe essentially.
Mhm.
At the field
I like that.
is to get out there and offer events where people can play more kind of like street ball style. So that's what our Hardpoint is. That's what there's a 7-man that they do, which is that way as well. And then there's like just the regular mech Xball and the Glowballs. All the Glowballs are that style as well. And so the interesting thing about Glowball is the crowd is just totally different. It's like so much more casual
Oh yeah.
than all of us tryhards, which is it's really cool too because it brings in just a whole different customer base.
Mhm.
Absolutely. We just played our very first me for sure, played my very first thing of Glowball ever. Right? Like I've never played it like at Capital Edge that they just had the lights up and that was our first time trying it, you know. Do you guys have a rule where you guys like have to wear like neon vests or you guys like have to wear something like that?
Yeah. So in the entry, they'll do jerseys for each one, and they'll all be glowy, bright glow colors, and then they have hopper covers that are all fluorescent orange that you have to use while you're there, and then sometimes beanies. But if it's too hot, no beanie. But yeah, you have to be visible because it just makes it so much more fun. I think they have tank
Yeah.
covers too. But like just having the loader cover with a bright color just it helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to
So
say
that took
anybody
a
who
while.
okay, it took a while to
Right.
get I like that a
Yeah.
lot because we
Yeah.
we just did a bare minimum very first time. Um I just want to say this. If you wore all black, fuck you.
Oh
I
my
just want
God.
to say that right now. If you wore all black, bro, you're a piece of shit. And sometimes there was one guy where he's like slowly creeping around like the 50 Dorito. The only way how I'm able to see this guy is the fucking light off the back of his loader. And I'm like, oh shit, right? And I just blast him, right? It was insane. Like you're right, you're absolutely right about how much more casual it was. Like I mean, obviously, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, he was just on the other side of the snake with you and just like call out, right? But I was a little bit more rowdy when they got poison. I was like, ooh, just giving a little bit more extra, and it was more casual because I don't play 10-man, right? I always played competitive Xball. I've always played the competitive aspect at it. Playing it so casual was so new and foreign for me. Like,
Right.
like I mean, Brando, how is Global for you?
Uh, Glowball was awesome. Even we were in the parking lot getting ready, right? And we're changing. And my Hatch and myself and Caden, we hung out the whole day leading up to Glowball, which maybe we could get into later, maybe. But it we're in the parking lot as a team, changing, getting ready as the sun's going down. And I remember like looking up and just taking it all in really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul looks up and he like stands up because he's super tall. Paul stands up looking down on me. I'm like, dude, this is so fucking cool. Like this is exciting. Playing with all you guys at night, and look, we don't have Nightball here. I think Davis has Nightball now, but they don't run it. They run it like every other Friday or something like that. I haven't been out there yet, but it, it's something like it's since watching PBFIT do it. I we've been
It set the standard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And we've been pushing like, hey, what can we do to get this here? So finally being able to play at night on an extra day or whatnot with the boys, it was awesome. And once we got on the field and actually playing, again, it was just like several times we're just on the sideline watching, and I turned to someone like, dude, this is so fucking cool. I just like Aaron was talking about like what you've dreamt of doing as a kid. It's
Yeah.
just
Right.
it's like
Right.
laser tag on steroids, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I was watching a little bit of that. I guess Dufort had put out a video
love Dufort.
from it,
Yeah.
and I was like, is that Hatch in his Hernandez jersey, or what's
yeah,
going
baby.
on here?
Yeah.
I was like, I think that's him. I was like, I was pretty sure, but
Dude, I had the meta glasses on, and I'm like, meta, record. And I just could not get them to fucking work. I'm like trying to push the button, trying to talk to him. I just couldn't get it to work. But we do have some meta Nightball footage. So it was just so much fun. I feel like I was able to kind of be a kid again, but with a completely different experience of paintball. Like obviously I've been competing for so long. When you kind of just take a step back and you're like, oh man, we're just playing with the boys with the Z.
Yeah, Hatch,
so different.
Really quick, so besides the anniversary events, when we do big games.
Oh fuck, okay.
Besides that,
yep.
When was the last time you played like a
never
a rec game?
Bro, a rec game? Dude, holy shit, man. It's been a long time. Probably the last anniversary before that anniversary was the last time I played rec ball. Like,
yeah. Hatch likes his grind.
You know what I'm saying? Right? It's just so much fun, right? Even if you're not even playing against people and you're just like plinking cones. I don't know what it is. It's just that I get a little bit autistic about it. Some people have trains and dinosaurs. I got dinosaurs and paintball in a way, and I've never really changed from speedball, but Glowball was just so different. I loved it. And I think they're doing it again February something. 28th. Okay, 28th. And man, like, I mean, I'm gonna be there. I think it was so much fun with Mr. H out there. Mr. H was hanging out with us, and there was one point where they were like, all right, one of you guys has to walk off, and then we're like, no, dude, Mr. H is with us, and then we got to play 11 on 10 and just massacre that team. Yeah. I don't think our team lost a single point.
Oh no!
Not
we
even
were playing
close.
against random teams.
Yeah, we were playing
against random teams. We were the only team there.
Right? It was like all right, if you got 10,
10,
you can jump on the box, right? And then we were jumping on the box with 10, so we were just massacring, And I'm not the kind of guy where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna change my settings, go to 15 balls per second. But you know who is that guy? Marky Mr. H. He's behind me fucking machine gunning, bro. Like, oh my god. I'm like, what is going on back there? But
heavy gunner.
It was just indescribable besides like new.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I was looking, I think this year most of them are scheduled on full moons. So that's something new. Yeah, they haven't been like that before. So that should be pretty cool. I think, they dove in a little bit, did a little extra work. And then there's like 4th of July one, because they like to start the games with fireworks and stuff like that.
So sick.
That was awesome.
New Year's Eve time as well for more fireworks, because who doesn't love fireworks? So
4th of July is my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
No joke.
So
that is amazing.
So really quick question for you guys, right? When you're out there, I'm assuming you have clear lenses on, right? So you can see a little better.
This is a great question. I know what you're going for.
Does the black light, is there like a haze or something when you walk in? Okay. All right, cool. I just like,
it's the thermal. You got to rip the thermal out.
All right.
Yep.
So
that whole inner pane, that thermal inner pane, you have to rip that out. Dude, I was thinking about that, but I'm like, oh man, my eyes. I'm like, I'm just a little pussy.
Yeah, clear lens or yellow lens, rip out the thermal. That's the tech.
Okay.
Damn.
So
All right.
Yeah,
See,
you need a different lens for
Nightball,
yeah. Yeah.
Glowball, yeah.
Glowball. Okay.
So
Anybody
I'm
who's
walking
listening,
around.
take some advice from Verb right here.
Hey,
Yeah.
Marv is ahead of the game.
Marv,
Marv's been doing it for years.
so right about
Marv's
that.
been ahead of the game. Yeah, I'm walking around. I'm looking at people like, "Are you fogging up?" Like, goddamn, I can't
Right.
see
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, it absolutely does. But yeah, we figured that one out pretty quick. Yeah, if you rip that thermal out, oh my gosh, it's like
Night and
makes a
day.
huge difference. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
see clearly
And
now.
I don't know,
Yeah.
have you guys seen any of the stuff? I've been collaborating with him a little bit on it recently. Out of Maui Paintball. He
Yeah.
does Glowball with a red light.
What?
And it
Yes.
looks like The Purge. It looks insane. And he was just shooting it like with his phone and stuff, and you just see the lasers going everywhere. It looks
Brando, can you find this for me?
so cool.
Yeah.
It's wild. And they have a big game on Valentine's Day this year, and he's trying to get me to go out, and I just couldn't get it to line up. And I was like,
You're
oh
married.
man.
You can't go out on Valentine's Day. You're married, bro.
Right.
What the hell?
Well, my plan was, everyone would have gone. We all would have gone to Maui.
Oh, that is
Which would have
That's
been a
great.
big trip. But yeah, no, it looks so cool. Like it's different because it is pretty dark out there with the black lights. It's pretty dark, but I guess I don't know. The red light is like the shortest like wavelength or something like that, so you can still use it and still get the ultraviolet look.
So
It,
trippy.
oh, it's so cool.
It and it's not. Yeah, it doesn't look harsh on the
What?
eyes.
This looks
Right.
fucking sick. All right, chat. Check this one out, dude. Look at these lasers. This looks insane. This looks like, if I'm being honest, okay, this is gonna sound so gay, but what airsoft with like the BBs, you know how when they're really dark, it literally looks like they're shooting laser bullets. This looks
Yep.
like that. This looks insane.
Yeah. I know. I want to know the difference in the visibility because I feel like you could see better with the red light as well. I don't know. I think it's really
Wow.
cool. I think they
Yes.
got something going.
This
And
red
it's like
light
two
is
birds
this
with
red
one
light and
stone.
UV?
You can you get red light therapy, yeah.
Right.
Dude,
Right. Yep.
I heard it on Joe Rogan. I heard it's a good thing, dude.
Yeah.
Red light therapy.
Chavez does it. So I mean, there you go.
That looks so young.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You want to be the Dorito killer? Red light therapy.
Oh, and that's like,
Yep.
dude, they have like LED strips like around on the ground, just like aiming up.
Right. And I think they had some older ones on YouTube, and it was like on a speedball field too, as well, with the red lights and the glow balls. But so they're using the loaders. I don't
Yes,
know
I
if
was
you
just
guys
about to
use
say
loaders.
that. Yep.
So yeah, but it looks so cool. I was like, when I first saw that, I was like, no way. And he had invited me to collab on one, and it just went, million views
viral.
like super quick. Yeah.
Dude, Hatch, can you imagine doing like the zombies event that we used to do with the red light?
Man. Holy shit. This
Yeah.
looks like, dude, I don't know if you guys ever played this game, but it's like called 7 Days to Die, and like every 7th day there's like a fucking blood,
Right.
there's like a blood moon, and the zombies become, bloodlusted. This is like that. It is so incredible to watch. The paint exploding looks so vivid. Like, oh man, like the loaders are definitely very interesting. It seems like everybody has to have that loader to look like that.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. But
So
what
then there's
loader that is?
another thing. I don't know. I know that HK had theirs. That was like the speed loader or something like that. That
Yeah,
had
Sonic.
the Sonic had it in there. They had those.
Even the TFX has
but
a little blue
so-
light in it.
So Defy put out a video recently as well, but they had like flash makers, not like a flash hider, but it was more like an airsoft thing that went on the end of the barrel, and it would make a flash. But yeah, so we had a guy out there at Glowball, and it looked like he was shooting like a real gun because it was making an actual flash. And he had some 3D printed part. He was a scenario guy, and he
Of
came
course.
out and had the cool tech. And oh my gosh, it looks so cool. I was just out there, just like, what? Like, someone's like, he got an actual AK. What's going on here? I was like, it's wild. But yeah, Defy put out a video with their glow balls, and they had all that kind of stuff. So I was really curious about that too, because that's like, you know, that's one thing Airsoft has on us is just shooting lasers all the time.
Yeah, it
Like,
just looks
Yeah.
so vivid
dang
and
it.
colorful, And I mean, it just seems like, okay, I don't know about you, but I'm glad they finally went away from the purple shell, and I mean halfway for some companies, right?
Right,
Um,
right.
which is complete fucking bullshit. The fact that they're still able to sell it and they're like, oh well, yeah, whatever. I think that's so lame.
Yeah,
That is like it's impossible. Even with pink, it's still kind of hard to see. You know,
yeah.
like is pink really the best color? As a guy who's filmed thousands and thousands of hours, is it
No.
yellow?
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that's what I've been saying, dude. And someone's like, "Oh, dude, that's why 8XL switched to pink." And I'm like, "No,
No,
bro. They
no.
are keeping us sheep, pink sheep, bro. Pink sheep."
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, that's why tennis balls are that color.
Oh
That's
my god, I
actually
didn't
the
even think of that.
science. Right. That's actually the science. That's why tennis balls are that color. And that's why like high vis yellow vests. Um that it's the brightest color for the eye to see. Um but so I've done all the research on this is that we need a different color fill. 'Cause if it's just yellow on yellow, then it's just too much yellow and you lose the contrast. You need contrast. So you need like an orange fill or something.
Like a neon
I don't
orange.
Dynasty was shooting this fill at their practice the other day, and I was like, "That's it right there!" Like it was like super bright, like neon orange. I was like, "Oh yeah." I mean, you could do pink, but nobody likes pink.
Pink stains.
Um, yeah, yeah. Well, it's weird because like the US XBL and WC paint didn't stain as bad as like 10-man paint that I've dealt
Oh
with.
my
10-man paint
god.
is so I don't know why like
Right.
that is so I don't play 10-man and I know about it, Like I
Yeah.
walk around there and I'm like, ugh, like it
Yeah.
just gets on
I
you
still
and
have
you're pink.
jerseys and undershirts that are just pink for years. Just
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right. Well, fuck me.
But yeah, so I don't know what the difference was between that and like the US XBL paint because Mike always uses pink paint in his leagues and it was never anything like that. So I don't know what the difference was, but I don't know. I saw that orange and I was like, oh, that's the one right there.
Yeah.
Because so at Fit we have the white bunkers, and then they shoot the glow ball a lot for different things. So you can see the ball flying, but then when the bunkers get covered in the yellow, you kind of lose them. I mean, 'cause I'm trying to
Mm,
track these balls all the time. So sometimes it makes it a little bit harder, and I'm like,
really
I
staring at
lost
it.
it. Yeah, just kind of guessing. So it's all a contrast thing. But the bright yellow shell is the king.
I completely agree. I was just in a debate with somebody about that, and it is so frustrating. How is it? How have we not realized that paintball's been dude, we were shooting cows in a fucking field, saying, "Hey, that cow's mine. Let me shoot it." Like what the fuck? How are we not knowing this yet? And it just seems like those little things. I mean, maybe there's like a chemical imbalance where it's like, hey, yellow, like this yellow, sure, it looks bright, but it'll give you cancer. Is that
Right.
like part of it that we just don't know of an underlying factor of why they don't do it?
Risk I'm willing to take.
Hey, amen, baby. I'll be in the snake first. You know. Um, but
Yeah, no, I think it looks really good. Like, because we're always shooting the glow balls now all the time, and they do look really good. Like, if you just catch a rope of them, it's like, whoa, yeah, I can really
mhm.
see that. It looks great. But it was weird because I remember when at the debut of the Hormesis movie 2 years ago at Cup, and they put that out, and I was watching, and it was all the purple shell, and I was like, "Whoa, this is so weird," because we had a whole season of pink, and so I was watching that, and I was like, "Whoa, this is what it used to be like." I was like, "Dang, it's way better now." So the
Yeah,
pink was a big upgrade, but we can upgrade again.
yeah. The purple is like you have to really focus on the ball. And I even feel like sometimes with the way the purple was with the black net, it was hard. Like the cameras would even have a hard time focusing on that. Just because the color
Yep.
contrast is so close.
Yep, absolutely. It was yeah, it's like you said, the people wearing black at Glowball, and they just disappear. Things just disappear into the net like that. So
Yeah. Once again, if you wear black at Glowball, you're a bitch. I hate you. Right. So, I mean, I was thinking like, dude, how sick would it be? I mean, I think this could be easy advertising for a field. The field uses Glowball, and they just hand out shirts like orange team, yellow team, and then they have the advertising for it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would just be so like, you know, hey, PBFIT on the back of the shirt, you know, and now you go wear that shirt. You know, a construction worker could go wear that because it's neon yellow. You know, people, oh, PBFIT, oh hell yeah, like what is that? Glowball, and then just raises the questions from there. You know,
Right.
I just feel like that's little things that fields can do to like advertise themselves. You know, push themselves further in the public eye when it comes to word of mouth, not just over the internet.
Right, right. So one thing, you know, they send a little like value pack, like coupons in the mail. You know, it's normally like junk mail. You normally just throw them away. But I went through one the other day. You know, a couple restaurants out here give pretty good. You know, save $8, $10, whatever. I'm like, hell yeah.
Amen.
But I learned that there was an airsoft field here in Waxahachie as well, and I was like, there's an airsoft field out here? I was like, I had no idea. And I would have had no idea until I saw that in the little mailer thing. I was like, oh my gosh, who knew?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've literally talked about, like, as a team, if like us players were given like X amount of free entry cards or something that we can, if we see someone out in the wild, or you know, talk to some random person, hey, oh, by the way, here here's a field here in town, or you know, 45 minutes away, here, this entry, the first time playing is on me, kind of thing, and just there you go, you know.
Or even like, so you can be like, hey, you get a free bag of paint, you know, or like
something.
I mean, I don't know what this. I might just be revealing, you know, some serious paintball secrecy. Like, oh my god, free 1,000 balls, and people are like, oh my god, 1,000? That's a 4-digit number. That is a lot, you know, and like the psyche of it, you know, it really gets them, you know. But I like that a lot, where you can just kind of get it, people questioning, paintball? Wait, what? And then they're like, oh wait, free? Oh shit, boy, you know, that's a good way to get you know, my saliva glands going when you put free food in front of me. You know, why not eat? It's free.
Yep.
Especially because like you can do so many like good hangouts with the boys, like date night. I don't know.
Not a date night with the boys. Oh.
Why not both, dude?
That's why Nightball's sick. Because we do it Wednesdays and Fridays out here. Like, I mean, paintball on a Wednesday night like really breaks up the week. You know, you're not just looking forward to the weekend every time. You know, because you can go out, see some homies on a Wednesday night. You know, oh man, that's game changer right there.
Yeah. And I'm glad you brought it back to the Nightball thing and everything. You know, JD, he I've never had a one-on-one conversation with him, just in passing, saying hi and whatnot. But everything I hear about him, or any interview I've heard him in, he seems like again, like you said, he just wants to grow paintball. It's Hatch. It's, as you said, community over competition, right? And yeah, I don't know. I just, if maybe more fields can follow in their footsteps over at PBFIT, and just to see the growth that they've had the past several years, or even the rapid growth in the 3-4 years that they've had. Like, how many fields are they up to now? I mean,
yeah, we got number 4 coming. So
yeah,
so
that's awesome.
Good God. Yeah,
one field for realistically each division, you know, going all the way down to like the standard divisions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? You got the pro field, got semi-pro / D2, premier.
Yeah.
And then D3, D4. Like, bro, that is, you know, you can really get some serious training at a field like that, especially where it's like, hey, this feels like, I mean, I wouldn't say it's just for D3, but, you know, like, imagine that, where it's like, hey, D3's on this field today.
Right.
You know, like,
the
sword sharpening that could potentially happen with that.
And how many fields within the vicinity of PBFIT are there? Do you know? Like within
so
2 hour.
Giants up north a little bit, probably about an hour, and then there's official paintball, which is probably about 45 minutes. That's usually where I go and play my big games at. But they have like a mounds field, and they have some turf fields recently that I don't know how much air ball they play out there, but they have it. And then we got Cousins, which isn't too far away, which is pretty close to official over there. And you go down to Austin, and that's a little bit of a drive. It's probably 2.5, 3 hours, but they got it going on down there. So yeah, and then like for rec, there's Fun on the Run, which is in Fort Worth, so about an hour away. Like personally, that's where I started playing when I got back into it in like 2018, and that was the first team I played with. So we'd go out there and practice, and we'd set up and take down the field every time we practiced. But it was on this awesome grass, like super level, like super nice,
pristine.
So we didn't beat it up too bad because because the rec players weren't out there, tearing it up. We'd set it up on Sunday. I'd get there early on Sunday, so I could help set it up, and then didn't have as much takedown responsibility. When you're super tired,
Yep.
you can just kind of hang out and talk and not feel awful like you did nothing to help. So yeah, so we got quite a few honestly in the DFW area.
That's awesome. Okay. How far away? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's in Austin. I don't know where the fuck I was when I was coaching Oni. Outlaw Paintball. How far away is that from Fit?
Yeah, I think that's like 2.5 or 3.
2.5 or 3.
Yeah.
Shout out to Oni, dude, and Outlaw Paintball. Those guys are cool over there. They treated me really well. So, Brando, I think it's time to bring up the footage that we were talking about. And we just we just have 2 clips that we would just want your opinion on. That's it. We just want your opinion.
Right.
So, Brando, bring it up whenever you're ready. Let me move this.
Do we want the more famous one first?
I definitely want the more famous one first, for sure.
All right.
The other one has to do with me, and I'm not famous, so we're good. People can click off that part. People can click off that part.
You're huge. All right. So, hey, Verb, you've probably already seen this. You've probably already had some opinions on this. All right, let me know when you guys are in.
I'm in.
I am in.
All right. So this is during the World Cup finals match with PBFIT and Damage, right? This is the infamous
the
out
line
of bounds step, the line. All right, we're just gonna roll it really quick, and then we'll talk about it really quick.
He's gonna stitch up Dr. Seaball.
Oh, dude, the crowd.
Before he has to pump the brakes to try to get the crossfield kill. Jacob Edwards with a 2-pack to close. Stitch up Dr. Seaball. And does he get caught before he has to pump the coast? He's gonna stitch up Dr.
Man.
Obviously, you're biased towards PBFIT, but what do you think about that thing? Like, what do you think? Like, do you think the ref realistically should have called him out? And PBFIT aside, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, so when you read the rules, there's no real definitive out of bounds rule, so that kind of throws it off. That was a whole weird situation because you can hear someone in the crowd screaming, "He's in the snake," as he launched. So I was over there somewhere. I was probably, I think I was in like the 50 there, wasn't I?
Man, that
I was
shot
there with my red hat.
Chicken
you
wing.
can see me in the background there. And that's what alerted me to him coming was someone yelled, "He's in the snake." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then so I look over and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I was like, "This is wild." And then my angle shows him, I have him stepping out of bounds as well. So I think we need that definitive in the rule book. We don't have a 2026 rule book yet, I don't believe.
If that's not on there, bro, I'm gonna be out of bounds all fucking day. I'll be playing that line every single time.
Right. Yeah. On the breakout, like, hey, I'll step. I'm just, sitting here shooting this gap. I'll step in bounds in a minute here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, yeah, they need to shore that up because, like, you think about like the NFL, if you step down and one blade of grass with paint on it is touching your cleat, they're like, okay, you're out of bounds.
Yep. And I feel like paintball should be treated the exact same way.
That, or if you look at soccer, which, god damn it, why am I using soccer as a god fucking, this is crazy. I'm gonna stop sharing this. But in soccer, you can, as long as one part of your body is in bounds, the rest of you can be out of bounds and you're still in. So it's definitely
Right.
tricky.
Right. So that's how it is for the quarterback with a pass in football, with the line of scrimmage. If any part of him is behind the line of scrimmage, then he's still behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Which is wild because if you look at the out of bounds rules and stuff, it's like, well, that doesn't seem how that works over there. But like, I feel like the majority of sports are like, if you like touch the line, you're out. You know, basketball or
What do you think
I don't
about
know what
starting?
lacrosse is, but
What do you think about the whole like starting on like when the point's about to start and you're lining up on the box and people stand outside of it? What do you think that whole rule should be?
see, that's tough because they like let people start out, but as long as their first step is forward in bounds, and they're like cool with it. But that's not solid because every ref treats it differently, and
Under
some
ref's
are.
discretion.
So I have a clip to show you that is very personal to me. Brando, pull it up. This is the very first time that I have ever done anything like this because this just looks so fucking sus. Like, it looks so insane.
Can I full screen this?
Yeah, full screen that bad boy.
I can.
Okay, there's
Right.
me on the left.
Let me know
There's
when
me
you
on the
guys are in.
left. I'm the widest one.
You guys can see my cursor, yeah?
Yep, we can see it.
Here's Hatch,
Yep.
right? This is us. Here's Hatch right here. You're gonna watch this ref come in right here.
And keep in mind, look at my other teammate Marv, the one on the far right. Look where he is. Look where
In relation
he
to
is
Hatch,
in relation to
right?
where I am.
We're gonna run it, then we'll play it back and we'll talk.
Look where the ref is looking.
Calls him out, and as he's walking, the ref tells you that you started out of bounds.
Yeah, the ref's like, you started out of bounds. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, look where they are.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Look where they are. Look where the other side
This
is.
guy.
They're even further back.
Right? And obviously, we can even watch it. I got a late start, and I was the last one to leave the box because I'm slow as shit and I'm washed.
He's a little slow.
You know?
Look at this. Look at this. The ref is looking. He's watching Marvin.
Right.
He is
watching.
And
way
he's
farther
fully
out of bounds.
behind the box. And you look at the other side, they're fully behind the box on both sides. That player on the left on the other side is like, oh my
God.
goodness.
Jesus. He's bumping the bunker behind it in pro. Hey,
Right? Like,
and Hatch readjusts. He's inbounds. You can see this line right here. It's faint. You can see the line. And then he's watching Marv, and immediately he calls Hatch out.
like what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is that? I remember I had to go into the pits and explain that, and I'm like, boys, I don't know.
That's insane.
Hatch,
out of everybody there,
he's
well, look at the other team now. Yeah, look at the other team now.
Where's his first step? Not inbounds.
Definitely not inbounds. My first step is inbounds, and I still get called out for being out. Like, and it's not I left early because obviously the footage is showing that I'm the vet. Look how slow I look. Look how slow I look right there. Look how, look how slow I look, bro. And then he's like looking the other way, and he's like, oop, hit, and looking the complete opposite way. Like, what the fuck is that?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, because I forget where I was, but I heard that's what was explained. It's like, as long as your first step, you can start with a foot out of bounds, but as long as your first step is in bounds, then you're fine.
So I just had to play this clip, Verb, for your professional opinion on what you think that the explanation possibly could be for that. Because the ref is saying that I started out of bounds, but obviously, maybe there's some other people that are playing the line a little bit.
Yeah, then if you're out of bounds, and there would be 4 people out of bounds in that situation.
Right? So I'm just like, and the thing is, it's just so weird is that he's not even looking at me and then just pulls me out.
Right.
Like there's not even enough time for another ref to make the call on the radio.
You know what, Brando? We should have gotten We should have gotten that one from Cup this past year where I made that nasty move up the middle and I randomly get called out for nothing. That's the one we should show next time. Like, bro, that one's bad.
So I have a funny little story about the out of bounds lines on the pro field, because Trojan was repainting them
Before the finals,
right
right?
before the final.
Yep.
Right. And so he was coming down the snake side, and there's this guy down low trying to take a photo of him, right, to get a cool photo. And he was directly where the line was. And he's like, yeah, I'll move when you get there. But they're like, just get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. And he had like a divisional media vest on, and it was Alex Frazier. And I was cracking up, and they were like, just get out of the way, get out of the way. And they're just like yelling at him. I was like, who is this divisional nerd? And then I realized who it was, and I was just cracking up. I was like, oh, that's so good. I was like, but I bet he got a really cool shot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was also thinking, I was like, does the lines even really matter? When was the last time someone went out of bounds? And that was my thought. So yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I thought that. And then, getting home and looking and seeing that there's no out of bounds rule, I was like, whoa.
What is this fucking poppycock?
Yeah.
If we're a professional sport, it should be defined.
Yeah. And here's another silly little rule is that, so you can leave your hopper, pods, squeegee, and your pack behind. And everything else, you can't be separated by more than 2 meters.
What barrel?
So if you core sample your barrel and you take your barrel tip off and you leave it, then you're supposed to be called out.
That happens all the time.
Technically not allowed to leave that. Because there's a point, I forget where we were, and J Money, it might have been here in Texas. J Money core sampled, and he took his barrel tip off and threw it over to the sideline. And I was laughing. I was like, okay, yeah, he's out. And, no ref called him out. And I'm just sitting there like, all right. But I know the rules very well. I always keep them up on the monitor over here in a tab, because I'm arguing with people online all the time that don't know the rules. And I'm like, well, you could just go read the rule book. It's not, they're available for 100%. The most part. I feel like except being out of bounds.
I feel like everybody, if you want to compete at the highest level, bro, you got to read the rule book. You got to you genuinely have to read the rule book, because you got to know who to, like, when to call out a rule if it's being possibly abused.
Yep.
Like obviously, like, I assume that PBFIT was like, dude, he stepped on the fucking line. What are we gonna do about that? Because I'm pretty sure that was right in front of PBFIT's pits, right?
Yep.
Right. So it's like, and the ref is just like, well, the rule book says nothing. I mean, good on him for knowing the rule book, but it's like, now we have to have something new, like definitive about that. Where it's like, if it's on the line, he's good. If he's past the line, he's out. Like, we have to set a boundary on where we're gonna make the rule.
Right. See, I don't think you can have it past the line, because are all the lines the same thickness? Because the paint sprayer could spray a little more paint in some areas than others. I don't know how these things work, but it's not like they're always gonna have like a 3-inch line around straight. You know what I mean? So that's why I think if you step on the paint, then you have to be out.
I agree. I agree completely.
But then, and then you see like the divisional fields you're playing on, you can't see the line at all a lot of times.
Yeah, because I gotta fucking look over a crater of the uneven surface to see it.
Right. Well, at the pro field, it was so bad. Like, so when he was repainting them, I was like, oh my gosh, like you can't see anything because the sand there in Florida, like it just disappears very quickly. So
were you able to make your way over to the premier field at World Cup?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
no, I did one morning. I think I did one morning for Vibe.
Oh hell yeah!
It was probably Friday morning. I went over there.
Yeah. That field, the last 2 years, that premier field has been. It is one of the worst fields I feel like we've played on.
Dude, I'm diving headfirst into a 40-degree angle.
Uphill.
It's like, it's fucking crazy.
Like one side of the snake is damn. Maybe not this cup, but last year it was unplayable.
Yeah,
because you're so far low, you're so far down, and the middle guy is so high up. He's shooting down on you.
yeah. Where it's
Just
like the snake
raining
beam
it.
is
Yep.
just, the snake beam is low, but like where you're actually sitting is slightly higher than the snake beam, and it's like he'll just annihilate you if you're not like laying straight dick down, head down,
Oh
like
man.
army crawl.
Yep.
You're cooked.
And again, like I know terrain. You play, it's like golf. Play where it lies. But
It's a great
I just
analogy.
feel like the higher up, like they're not gonna put the pros on a field condition like that.
Hell no.
Why put semi-pro or even the WNXL on a field like that if you're live streaming that? So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. When you walked out on the if it was when you looked at the pro field from the grandstands to the right, that side going into the Dorito can, there's just like this huge pit at the start of the event. Just it's essentially a sand trap. Just I couldn't believe it. It was wild. It's where Joe Barrett ate shit when
Jason Edwards
Jacob
shot him.
Edwards hit the jump shot on him, and then it looks like he actually shot him. But yeah, it was right there, and I was like, oh my goodness, like someone's gonna lose a ACL or something on that.
That fall
But
hurt.
luckily,
It
yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
Because I mean,
Is probably just surprised, like he just shot me jumping over that half deflated can, but like, I mean, gosh, that shot was incredible. I was like, my goodness.
yeah. So I mean, I think that damaged that whole event, which is playing it so well to where I mean, PBFIT was the only opponent that could have possibly taken them down.
Yeah,
they looked
yeah, they were
dominant,
dialed
for sure.
Yeah,
right?
you could tell coming out of the 3-man, you could tell that that damage was super locked. They look good.
Okay, and so what's PBFIT's mindset going into a 3-man tournament? Because I know they don't play every single guy. I know they don't play it. I didn't think I saw Chavi playing 3-man.
Right. Yeah, he didn't play at Cup just because why risk it with
100%.
him? Because he's always running out pretty far. So but so then they let the guys that do play, they just work on their shots for the 5-man essentially.
Mm-hmm.
They work on the kind of the same break shots or whatever, and just get their shots dialed and know their spots for when it comes 5-man time. So it's just like a more kind of live practice situation. And yes, of course they do want to win too, but yeah, they're not gonna risk everybody in those situations.
Hell no. I mean, even sometimes like Thursday practice. I mean, look what happened to Colt at Tampa. Sometimes even Thursday practice is like pushing it too much. Like, I mean, I'm not ragging on the NXL, but the Atlantic City event when we practiced, dude, like, if I didn't have a glove on, dude, I'm slicing my hand open on a fucking broken beer bottle in the Dorito. And it's like, imagine now there goes my tournament.
Yeah.
Right, on a practice day. Right?
Yeah.
So it is very important to make sure that your guys are taken care of and well rested. I mean, because with 3-man, you guys don't practice, right? You guys don't do practice on another field, right?
No. No. Well, actually, they did because they had the afternoon for the 3-man because now they have East and West for the 3-man kind of. Okay. So they're like Damage won, I think, the morning bracket, which was the East, and then FIT played in the afternoon. So FIT went and did some breakout stuff at like 10 a.m. on Wednesday or whatever day that was. But no, thinking back to Atlantic City, we pulled a full brick out of the field. James Feliciano was out there helping us do breakouts, and yeah, he dug up a whole brick and removed it from the field in Atlantic City. But I think that was they just didn't understand the timing because it was so much earlier this year as opposed to it was more in the summer the year before, mm-hmm. So the grass really hadn't come in. So it was pretty sparse out there at Atlantic City. So
whatever happened to that Philly venue where it's like, remember it was Farmville, right. And then it was like the next 2 years, bro. Tom had a vision and he saw it through. Great grass, kind of rainy, but not bad. But overall, I thought that was a great venue, right?
Yep.
Didn't like that it was on East Coast, but playing conditions were relatively really good. I could not complain about the grass. Very cushiony. I don't think we saw a single injury because the grass was just so good. What happened to that field? Because I heard there was like the NXL like leased part of it and all this
So
stuff.
yeah,
It's like, what the
I
fuck?
think it
Where
was
did that
like
go?
a soccer tournament or something like that. I'm not sure. Because yeah, it that did become real nice. I would much rather go there than go to. I'd much rather go to Royersford, Pennsylvania, than to Atlantic City. I was not a fan of Atlantic City. So that's it. Like, playing conditions aside, but like just the venue was kind of cool. Like having the tarmac.
Yeah.
It was nice for the vendors and stuff.
I actually think they banned drinking there, right? Is that the one where they banned drinking?
Yes.
Right.
Oh
So
man, people did not like that.
super funny to think about because you think of Atlantic City historically and during Prohibition, that was the place that people went to go drink.
Yep.
But now they have like crazy laws there, and it's there's something about a permit, or it just like wasn't worth it or something to because the league couldn't sell their own alcohol. You have to do it through the city.
Lame.
So I mean, it's a pretty big hit to the league. It's like 20 or 30 grand or something like that cash from beer sales or whatever. So I mean, obviously the league was looking kind of like, all right, well, if we're taking that kind of hit, let's go somewhere else. So now they're going to Delaware, which is kind of, yeah, I don't really want to go to Delaware.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure about that one.
I was so curious about your thoughts, right? Obviously, we went on a huge rant last week where, I mean, dude, NXL, no, dude, it's the East Coast League, right? Where the closest thing west for us is still a 3-hour flight east to Texas, right? So we're just like making it even further. Ooh, yikes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, and so
what do you
for like Dover, I think you still fly to Philadelphia is the main big airport. So, I mean, like I said, can we go back to Royersford? Like, I do wonder what happened there, because that spot, I didn't mind it. There's, decent amount of hotels and decent food around there. Wasn't too bad at all. And then Ohio was just so hot last year.
Yeah.
And
So
I just
fucking
wasn't
hot.
digging it, because it was just like,
imagine bringing your family out there, right? And it's like, I mean, Verb, you have a kid, right? That'd be fucking miserable. Not only for the kid, for your wife, for you, like, bruh.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I always felt thirsty the whole time I was out there. I was drinking so much water, so many electrolytes, and I just felt thirsty the whole time. It was just so hot. The humidity plus the heat, like, I don't know. I don't know what it was, like no wind or whatever. Like I was just, oh, it was rough. Yeah, and I wasn't a huge fan of that area either. Like, they say skyline chili and, cinnamon and chili, I'm just not a fan of. I like complex flavors, and I like cinnamon a lot, and I like chili a lot, but together I was not a fan. I don't know what, they're kind of crazy out there for that. So,
I feel like for that being a delicacy there, I feel like delicacy is just like, hey, we were famished. We were starving. Instead of eating rats, we ate cinnamon and chili. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like something that is complete bullshit that nobody would eat unless they were starving.
Yeah.
Add flavor to the chili because you're bored of chili.
Right. Yeah, I did not like that. I don't know. Well, yeah, Ohio is just, I just like, these aren't just places I want to go. Like, I don't want to go to Delaware. I don't want to go to Ohio. And I might not. I might not. So
yeah, I mean, imagine telling your girlfriend, oh yeah, well, I travel across the United States. Like, where do you go? Oh, Delaware. I go what's that one place in Texas that had Round Rock? Like, I go to Round Rock. Like, that doesn't sound like exciting, except like, oh, like, hey, we're going to Vegas for the NXL. Right? It's like, oh, Vegas. I like, that's like a cool venue to be around. Or even like World Cup where you have,
I like Chicago. I loved going to Chicago.
Dude, the gun violence was fucking sick. You know what I'm saying? Right?
But that was one of the spots where you tell people like, oh, I'm going to Chicago. They're, wow, all right, dude. I've been to Chicago once and whatnot.
Let me know when your funeral is, buddy. That's usually what people say when I tell them that I'm going to Chicago like that. But I mean, at least Chicago, you get like that urban city environment where it's like that's pretty touristy for a lot of people,
right?
That don't really get to experience that. you know.
And you could find lots of good food too if you wanted.
But what the fuck is in Delaware? You know, like what is in Delaware? Brando, ask ChatGPT what's in Delaware.
On it.
What's the exact place we're in Delaware? What's the exact place?
I think it's Dover at
Dover.
the Dover Speedway.
Dover. Okay. Look up what is in Dover, Delaware. And like things to do. Is it like cow tipping or like goat milking? Like what is over there that could possibly like, oh well, actually the NXL's over there now. That's the new coolest thing in Delaware.
Right. I mean, it probably is the racetrack, you know.
I mean, absolutely. I actually didn't even realize they were going on a racetrack. I actually forgot about that. That's cool, I guess. Can't hate on that, you know.
Wow, look at that. Fun and entertainment. Dover Motor Speedway.
You know, and maybe this is just me, and this is weird of me, especially with like the Buccaneers Stadium. It just kind of looks like we are like, hey, we're almost there. We're almost as cool as football. Like, hey, like here's football and kind of paintball. You know, just kind of, you know, it doesn't look like we're showcasing paintball. It looks like we're showcasing football.
Right.
Is that not just me, or like it just feels kind of
fair.
weird?
Because like I said, I don't know what it's gonna do on my end. Like I really don't think it's gonna increase visibility because it looks cool or something like that. You know, like I feel like it's more for us being like, oh yeah, you know, we're playing in the Buck Stadium. You know, like oh, I was filming in the Buck Stadium, but
it might turn some heads, but not gonna.
ARG got a fucking sick ass photo of I think it was like Keith Brown, or I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Aaron. But somebody got a dope ass shot of Keith Brown diving into the snake with the fucking Chick-fil-A cow in the background. And I was like, that is cooler than the fucking Buccaneers background. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like the photo, like the background doesn't make the photo. You know? It's the angle, it's the artist that makes the photo. And I don't know, maybe I'm just weird and like nitpicking it like that, right? I'm not trying to be a hater, but
the cow was my homie. I thought the cow was hilarious.
I thought the cow was great.
That was awesome.
On Saturday I went and got a Chick-fil-A sandwich and took it behind the cow and ate it on the field while the
points playing.
While I was playing, it was
God.
It was lunchtime. It was the veterans game, the veteran militia games. Yeah, which are wild too. I was like, oh man, this might be a bad time for this.
Yeah, those guys don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I filmed it too. I need to find that footage because I was just like, this is a meme. I have to do this. And I was like, for my, I can't leave here without. And I was like, oh, I got to do it before Sunday because I can't get my chicken on Sunday. So, yeah,
so
we'll dig that up.
So looking like it's pretty boring in Delaware. There's just some museums, some old shit. I mean,
I like a museum just as much as the next guy. But I'm not flying 6.5 hours to go see a fucking museum.
You don't want these museums.
What kind of museum is it?
You don't want these museums. The old State House Museum. First.
Get me out of here, bro. Like I want the Museum of Death. You ever been there, Verb?
No.
Dude, if you're ever in LA, that one is like life-changing. The Museum of Death. It is fucking crazy. You know, I don't know if you're ever into like anything like that where it's like, you know, serial killers or like you ever watch like those Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, things. Tons of artifacts and tons of stories like from that. Like you go in and there's like this one place where it's like it was like a whole shelf of different skulls that they found all over the world. And there were like some with like you know, different implants from their tribe. You know, they would poke a hole in their skull and that's how you could tell they were a warrior. You know, and a complete skeleton of a giraffe. You know, just everything about like death, as weird as that sounds, but it's like so insane. There's a room full of like every taxidermy animal you can think of. You know?
Well, the closest I can find you in Delaware looks to be Slaughter Beach. So
Slaughter Beach. Is that where you like go and get the whales or something? Like back when it was legal? Is that what Slaughter Beach is?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a lot around Slaughter Beach, honestly. Slaughter Beach Road.
That just sounds like, hey babe, you want to go to Slaughter Beach? Sounds like she's gonna be like, are you trying to fucking kill me? You know, like
yeah.
I don't know, but Verb, how does it feel being nominated for a Summit Award again?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I mean, dude, you're changing the whole way paintball media is consumed, and you're putting your own touch to it to where it is completely revolutionizing it. That the whole ball tracker thing, nobody really did that before you did.
right. But yeah, like I said, it's how I want to watch it. It's like I just make what I want to watch, right? Like I feel like that is the optimal way to watch it, and then obviously gamify it a little bit for social media. Because ideally, what I would like more would be see the breakout, see the move to get into that bunker that they're in, and then show just the shooting each other out or whatever.
Execution
But
of it.
that makes them too long, and you don't get as much. You gotta keep it short, right? You gotta keep it short. So that would be how I prefer to see it. But I also have a little bit more understanding too than the normies were showing it to. But yeah, that's how I want to watch it, because you traditionally we haven't seen it that much. You don't get to see. There's not so many shots where you get to see someone shooting the other person. So I've just made that my main focus, is to show that, because that is so important. And that's why we all play paintball, is because it's so satisfying to do. So to try to get a little bit of that to translate, I think that's the way forward, is to you got to show people actually getting shot, because that was my one of the most common comments for a long time, was like, well, what are they even shooting at?
Yeah,
Because you're just on the sidelines, and everyone thinks it's so easy. Which is the funniest comment, is people will commonly say that there's no skill involved, and it's like, oh my goodness, yeah, come on out, let's. I got a D4 team you can play, and we'll see no skill, right? Like,
yeah.
Like I have, someone with no paintball skills at all, like, yeah, you let them play against a decent D4 team, and they're cooked.
Oh my
and they
God.
won't want to play no more.
For sure. Like D4 is actually getting so good to where it's like a random player would not be able to pick up and just play D4. Not even close.
Right.
Not even close. And D4 is the lowest rank. You know what I'm saying? Like, supposedly, right? Not even close. I think it is just so great how much the skill gap has honestly become compared to a normie, compared to from a casual player to a person that plays every weekend. There is such an obvious difference.
Right.
And I like that, because it just shows, hey, that person's sharpening their sword. It's gonna show.
Right.
Not any jokes. Right. You can't just show up every weekend and play paintball, and be good at it anymore. And I definitely think that PBFIT is one of those teams that set the standard for that, where it's like, dude, you got to be playing a lot more. Right.
Yeah.
You got to be
time with the gun in your hand is super important. Like if you can, just even squeeze off a few shots every day at a target to try and hit the thing you're aiming for, like, that makes a big difference. Just stuff like that makes a huge difference. But I don't know. I think D4 is like the Wild West, dude, because you have like some people that just ranked up from D5, and then you have some people that live there, and they've just managed to stay there forever, and then some like old school downrank guys that are savages. Like, dude, D4 is
played semi-pro 20 years ago, and then there's like, oh well, I'm 40 now, so my points are just deducted after every fucking event, so it's like, it doesn't even matter if they win, they get like 10% deducted, however that works.
Dude, I can't wait for my time to go back to D4.
There is going to be a time where we actually get to go do that.
I know.
Oh,
dude.
man.
And Verb, when I was starting to play the local league and in D4, I was playing with those old guys that were coming back down. Their points were coming down. We were winning tournaments. So I was like, oh man. Now I call it 10, 15 more years. I could be in their shoes and helping another kid win some events. Oh my God.
Yeah. What do you think paintball's going to look like in 15 years, though? Is it going to look? Is it still going to 15 years? Keep in mind what paintball looked like 5 years ago, right?
Right.
Purple shell, right? Bullshit, right? What is it going to look like in 15 years? Where, I mean, is it just? I feel like it's just going to be like laser tag, or even potentially like a bodysuit, where it's like, hey, once you once the suit reacts and gets the trauma of a paintball, it's connected to the gun shuts off. You can't like there are no bang bang plays anymore.
Right, yeah, because it'd be instant. That'd be really cool, honestly.
Right, like, and I feel like, is it gonna go to laser tag? Is it gonna go to virtual reality? Like what 15 years? Let's make some predictions right now on what we think that it could possibly be.
Oh my gosh, I have no idea.
And if we hit this, or even if one of us gets it right, holy shit, this clip is gonna be legendary. But
yeah, I don't know. I just think things will be smaller. Like I guess hoppers can't really get too much smaller, but like tanks, like, because what if 5 pods gets adapted forever, or maybe batteries get good enough where you could even have that be a thing, and the limited paint, like because if you're maxing for just 5 pods and a hopper through the gun, like then you have a target that you can go for and find the optimal power sources for just that.
What if the pods are a thing of the fucking past in 15 years? What if your loader 3D prints balls for you right there through like gelatinous, like 3D printing?
Jesus.
Like, dude, 15 years, that's a long time. Like, dude, the car is like just a little bit over 100 years old. The car, so it's like, what is like paintball where we're just going to be advancing so fast? If you look at the game from 2001 and Angel compared to now and you shoot them, there is such a big difference in that technology. One weighs 10 pounds, one weighs some grams and some change, And now look at us with paintball. Like, companies are like, hey, here is the blank Pro X V2. And it's like, but it's 1 ounce lighter, everybody. 1700, brand new. Right now, the gun before that was 1 gram heavier. Oh man, 450. I know you just paid 1700 for it. 450 max plus cash. Right? I don't know. I'm just yapping for sure.
Yeah, it's like we've kind of peaked on gun tech. It feels like right now. Like,
for sure.
What? Oh my gosh, I can't even think what a next big breakthrough would be. Well, I hope one comes. I hope there's something, because I like I said, I can't think of it. So when something does happen, it'll be actually revolutionary. But like I said, we've peaked pretty good. We've got these little tubes down, pretty solid these days. I feel like it just kind of, how do you like it to fit in your hands, essentially?
But we don't necessarily have that almost like an arms race anymore that we did back in the early 2000s.
You're right.
Like,
it's all personal
pushing
preference.
Yeah, well, but it's standardized as well for what we're doing. There's not a need to shoot the fastest and whatnot that Bob Longo and what the Angel was able to do. You had if you shot that versus something else, a shocker or something, you had an advantage because you were able to shoot faster than anyone else.
Right.
Back in the woods when the autococker came out, they were able to just put more paint down the field versus some pump guns. So they had an advantage back then, and right now it's so standardized. Right now there's no driving force behind that. The innovation, I guess, or you have the boundaries of innovation, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we got a new game mode may start pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, maybe take some bunkers off the field. I don't know.
We should take some notes from Call of Duty. We can go video games. Hear me out. Jetpacks. Could you imagine how much more insane that would be if we had like some jetpacks? Okay, this is actually a fun fact. Do you know what the very first Super Bowl halftime show was?
No.
Can you guys guess like what it was? Was it a musical performance? Was, obviously people are like, oh dude, Beyonce is on the Super Bowl, right? That's like what do you think it is?
It's like I think it was like a circus, like an elephant performing.
Okay. Okay. Verb?
I'm going to say jetpacks now because I feel like we've been...
Yeah. It was
We've been
the very first Super Bowl halftime show was a jetpack demonstration.
I think I've seen some of this.
Yeah.
You know, so
'Cause I'm getting a visual now of that.
And I do we need to have a jetpack show, halftime show? You know?
I think it was Super Bowl III. I think that's when Joe Namath won when he said we're going to win the Super Bowl.
What the fuck?
And won with the Jets. I believe that was Super Bowl III.
Super Bowl III?
I think so.
There's no way you know that.
All right, I'll fact check it.
That is Super Bowl III. What are we on now? Like 77? What are we on now?
60?
60?
I think so.
Damn,
Yeah.
Super Bowl III. That is crazy to think about, like how long ago that was.
1967.
Holy shit, bro. That was before Nam.
Oh, fuck. It was the first one? Damn it.
All
right.
Damn.
I really thought it was like...
Who won the first Super Bowl?
The Packers won the first two.
Oh, well, whatever. Fuck the Packers. But, so, Brando, do you have any more questions for our main man, Verb?
Oh man, honestly, we've ran the gambit. I mean, we dove into that.
Definitely had a lot of questions for you, Verb. I don't know if you looked at the FTS chat now that you got permission in there, dude. We were out because I always try to be like, all right, hey, before this time, let's get something, you know. We're relatively off the fly on FTS. You know, we don't have like too much structure, but I try to be like, okay, let's have some reference points, right? So
I mean, look, we've grown a lot since the last time you were on this. I was looking; it was episode 21 when you came on.
No
FTS.
way.
21. That was my second episode.
Holy shit!
Dude,
my god!
We still had Evan Fernandez. That was Evan Fernandez's last show.
What? Oh, dude, I am getting like PTSD from the old FTS. Like, holy shit! Because I mean, man, it was just so like being a day oneer in that situation is just so crazy. Seeing how far we've come. Like, I mean, dude, one of the original two isn't even here, you know, anymore. So it's just, it's just so crazy to think about, right? And just the stories that we've told, the stories that we've heard on here. Verb, thank you for genuinely cementing yourself into paintball history, not only in FTS, but dude, you've cemented yourself in paintball as the godfather of paintball media, and I'm not even using that term lightly. People like
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Whenever it comes down to, hey, how can I show somebody the perfect depiction of paintball? I can just turn to your videos and it shows everything. Shows person A shooting at person B, person A's ball touching person B, you know, and that is just so simple that for some reason we just cannot get. At least a lot of the time with like normal footage, right? And you've really set the bar for that upper echelon of paintball media, and you've really put paintball on the map. So, dude, like we as fellow
billions
paintballers,
of views,
right? And that's crazy to think about. Billions of views, billions with a B.
Yep.
Think of that.
Yeah, we're pushing, sneaking up on 3 billion these days. So,
bro, Verb, that's like giving the fucking speech in front of all of India. You know what I'm saying? Like that is fucking crazy. Like all of, like, you know what I'm saying? Right?
I want to hit the global population amount of billions of views just to be like, okay, I'm giving it to the world. Right? That's a very tall task. That's a lot of work to go, but that would be a cool way to look at it. So I like this question a lot. What's the best advice you've been given in terms of media? And my best advice is just to keep practicing. It's like anything else. Just the more you practice, the better you'll get. So yeah, just practice. And then, you know, as you practice, then you'll get the chance to try new things. So that's where, you know, essentially I get bored at practice and I'll be like, okay, well, I want to do something different. So, you know, that's how we got to where we are today, I just try to keep myself entertained, So yeah, just get out there and practice and do it and keep trying.
We're practicing. We're practicing.
Let's go.
Verb, let me tell you, we're at the end of the podcast, so we can actually like definitely talk about this more, because now only the real fans are still here, the real family, dude. So this past weekend, we actually tried to do our very first high production FTS Studios skit, right? And oh man, dude, we did a paintball poetry slam skit.
Okay.
Right, so it's probably going to be so fucking cringy, but you know what, dude? It's just like mine are like simple lines that Caden had like a roses are red, type shit. I had like I had some other ones that are just like silly one-liners, and Brando's is so on track with who he is. Obviously, he was the quiet guy on the podcast, but he has like the longest he has the longest poem, and it is so
I wrote a literal
fucking
poem,
good, dude.
I
wrote 4 lines.
Poem. Yeah, the motherfuckers wrote 4 or 5 lines. Let me count how many lines I got, dude. Oh my god,
he has to scroll.
Oh my gosh.
I had 3, 7, 10, 14, 18, 22, 24, 26 lines.
26 lines of poetry.
Oh my gosh.
And that was a short version. I had a longer version. I shortened it up.
And I was like, because a lot of it's my fault. I wasn't like, hey man, make it short and sweet. I was just saying, hey Brando, we're doing a poetry slam. Make something good. Right? I didn't give any more detail besides that. Right? So we just have
perfect.
Some of this shit is just so funny. And we have like this scene where, where the way how I kind of want to edit it is where, we're doing a poetry slam with Caden and I, and then all of a sudden knock on the door. Who's here? Brando's here. Right. And we're trying, right. Obviously we're doing our fucking little bullshit. And then when Brando comes in, he's doing like the real spiel.
Hell yeah.
So
yeah, perfect.
We're trying to do. We're trying. You don't see any people in paintball. Okay. I will say I want to give this person credit because their videos are funny as shit. They're at PBFIT. It's a girl. I think her Instagram is like You Blinked or something like that. I think that's her Instagram.
Yeah.
Dude, content, keep it up. Love that shit. Love the memes. Awesome, right? And that's kind of like what I'm like shooting for. It's like a skit where, obviously, paintball, the really in-depth pro side of it, people are like, oh, like I'm fucking focused, I'm locked in, right? But I also like to show that
right.
I can have the focus locked in when I play, but on the outside, we can be ourselves, be comfortable in our own skin, say jokes, some of them a little bit more edgier than others, right? But it's a style that embarrassment is an unexplored emotion. Be yourself, go out there, do it, right? So
Yeah, I have a skit that I want to shoot that you'll see it one day. We'll get it done finally. We've talked about it for a while, but I got some pretty good ideas for I want it to be a little series, but like the first one I have dialed. I just need to get the guys I need to shoot it, and it'll be hilarious, and it'll make the internet mad.
Oh hell yeah!
They'll think it's real, so they'll be screaming. So yeah, I got some ideas. Yeah, I think that stuff's super fun. Like I want to do more of that myself. So
absolutely, and
you got the characters within the community too.
100%, right? And
to pull some shit off.
The way you've portrayed PBFIT is that like very, very honorable, presentable, approachable people. And that is what we need more of, right? It seems like at least some paintball media, it's like they portray everybody as like this hitman assassin,
Right.
But it's like, bro, we're shooting fucking gelatinous balls at each other playing war. It is not that fucking deep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's the whole vibe here, and at the field it's just all family, fit family integrated team. So, and they're just a family, just enjoying paintball, doing what they love, and then all their events, that you come out and You can ask them for help. You know, they coach all the local teams and stuff. And, you know, you show up to Nightball, you know, it's your first time. You can ask one of the best pro players in the world. You know, he'll give you advice on what to do. It's like, what? Where can you get that? Like, I mean, the access is it's super available out here.
It's amazing, right? And just the thing that PBFIT has built is, you know, just something to admire, especially with every single team. Like, I mean, the family integrated team, we bring that on. We've brought that onto our family. You know, obviously, bro, everybody says family, and it's very few mean it. You know,
yeah.
Our team is where genuinely we mean it. Where if Brando is like, hey, dude, I need you to be up here like tonight. Oh, I'd be in my car right now. You know, all of us would do that for each other, right? And you know, it. How do I say this without sounding so like fruity? It's a beautiful sight. You know, it's a beautiful sight to behold, where community, not competition. Right.
Right.
It's amazing.
Right. Yeah. Everybody wants it. Right. Right. Yeah. But everybody wants that, but it's so hard to find. You know, like the authenticity of, you know, the good people like that. So
sure.
Yeah, like I said, everyone wants it, and then people will get jealous of it too. So
yes, I've learned that very recently.
Right. Yeah.
I've learned very recently that you know, sometimes even something so small could upset somebody in a big way, right? And it's kind of like, it is what it is.
Just don't be classless.
You know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I try my best, and you know, sometimes class needs to be skipped, classless. You know what I'm saying? But Verb, last and final question I have for you: if the entire world was connected through a single conduit that's connected to you, what would you tell the entire world right now?
Spread more love.
Okay.
I don't know. I operate on good vibes and positivity and love. So yeah, that's what we need more of, I feel like. So yeah.
Spread more love. I like that, Verb. You know me. We're all about peace, love, and positivity on this podcast. And so, I mean, sometimes we rant and we bitch, but you know, it is what it is, right? We're not perfect.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
No, just like the NXL isn't perfect. We're not perfect either.
Right.
But everybody is entitled to critique and constructive criticism. If there's a difference between that and just being a fucking asshole and kind of just like pointing out people's flaws, you know, and where it gets to the point to where there's such a liberal sissy term, but like bullying, you know what I'm saying? Right. So we just need to spread more love. So
I criticize because I want it to be as great as possible, but I also come with knowledge and reasons why it should be the way I say it should be, because you know it'll work.
Absolutely. Right.
I've done the research. I've done put the time in. So.
And bro, seriously, we thank you for that. Your time is not in vain, and dude, you inspire me to create more content and, you know, put myself more out there. So I appreciate you very much. Where can people find you at?
Yeah, just Verbal on everything. Spelled weirdly, VERBHAL. Yeah, find me on all the platforms. You look that up, you'll find me. And or just come to Paintball Fit and say what's up. Find me there most weekends. So yeah, if you want to come say what's up in person. Yeah, I met some kid at the Hardpoint. He had just played a few, and he just came and said what's up. And I was like super happy to meet him. It was awesome. He was so excited to be playing. So I was like, yeah, thanks for saying what's up. And tell me your name too, please. Always tell me your name, because you know, you all know who I am, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, all right.
Oh, do you remember me? I'm
What's
like,
your name too?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because a lot of people will come up and then they won't tell me their name, and I'll ask most of the time. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I pride myself on trying to remember names. So, I mean, that's what JD's so good at Paintball Fit. Like, my goodness, that
he's a
man,
great guy. Nothing
he hears
but
it once
things.
and he's dialed.
Yeah.
So
he's a great guy. Everybody over at PBFIT is a fantastic group of individuals. Like, I genuinely wish them success in the 2026 season. I'm rooting for them. I hope that Colt and Chavi get it done over there. Xball, great pickup for you guys last year. Definitely proved himself. Got chicken winged at Cup, so it's time for redemption. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Indeed.
Shout out to PBFIT. Shout out to Verbal. thank you so much for being on here, bro. Seriously, we really appreciate it. Without you,
Appreciate you, boys.
paintball is not the same. So
Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much.
And that's it here, boys, on From the Sidelines from your boy Hatch, Brando, Brian, Verbal, Wolfe. So you guys are listening to FTS. Catch you guys next week. Bye.